Welcome back to Namely 90s Minute. Every week we look back at a culturally relevant show, movie, or piece of pop culture that probably helps stoke the algorithm. This week, in honor of Ahsoka premiering, we're looking back at Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, Special Edition. Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, Special Edition is the 20th anniversary of the original Star Wars premiering re-release of 1980's Empire Strikes Back, with a digitally remastered image and sound, as well as additional scenes and changes to present the film in the way the creator George Lucas intended it to be, until he changed it again during the 2004 DVD release. And again for the 2011 Blu-ray release. And then again in 2019 when Disney did the 4K restoration after purchasing Lucasfilm in 2012 and removing the 20th Century Fox fanfare just to put it back in the 2019 release. And something X-Men Fantastic Four. The story once again revolves around the voice of the Joker, Indiana Jones, Jake's former fiancée he left at the altar in Blues Brothers, and the voice of Mufasa, as well as Harvey Dent from Batman 1989 and Miss Piggy's voice and performer partaking in a galactic civil war. Do you really not know the plot of Empire? Did I not make this joke when we did New Hope? Luke, I am your father, even though he doesn't exactly say it that way. Continuing from where we left off, the whiny farm boy makes waves in trying to bang his sister. They make out in front of the guy who will actually bang his sister. The evil fascist empire strikes back at the rebels from the last movie, who are now living in a secret base in Alaska, when they attack with the super post-Panamax cranes from the port of Oakland. So the rebels flee and our heroes split up. Farm boy goes to meet Fozzie Bear on a swamp planet and train in the Force, while the rest of the gang gets chased through an asteroid field and unknowingly lands inside a giant space worm. The princess and the scoundrel get a little closer before they realize they're inside the giant space worm, and the scoundrel gets the Falcon out of there because they don't have time to discuss it as a committee. Evil Robot Man hires a bunch of bounty hunters, including Boba Fett, who was originally introduced to the franchise as a cartoon in the Star Wars Holiday Special. With some fancy flying, they manage to escape the fleet and make it to Cloud City, where the scoundrel's scoundrel friend was the administrator. They end up getting trapped by Boba Fett and Vader, who torture them to draw out the farm boy, who quits his training early to come help. A guy who will eventually bang the farm boy's sister gets frozen in carbonite after said sister confesses her love for him, and he knows. The movie ends with Vader cutting off Luke's hand and the heroes suffering in hell and planning their next move to go save Han. Also, Lando steals Han's clothes, ship, and Dogman friend for some reason. The changes in this episode are minimal, especially in the special edition, the most notable being added shots of a man in a Wampa suit attacking Luke in the beginning, and digital windows showing more of Cloud City, making it less claustrophobic during those scenes. The DVD release is when they go crazy and replace the Emperor with a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man version and give Boba Fett a New Zealand accent. And that's Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, Special Edition in a Namely 90s Minute. More or less. Join us again next Tuesday for another Namely 90s Minute. Remember, you can always hear these a day early in full episodes of Namely 90s on all major podcasting platforms. And most of the small ones, too. Please subscribe and do all the other YouTube things. Bell ringing, share like a scribes, that sort of stuff, and we'll catch you next time.